just wanna kill myself. Won't you help me build myself? I just need to heal myself. All this pain, I'm still myself. Anxiety's depriving me. Happiness I try to keep. All these feelings inside of me. Mary, why'd you lie to me? I'm just trying to find a peace of mind and a piece of shine when it's dark out. Why you trying to take a piece of mind when I'm weak and trying with your heart about? Life will do you in, but I learn to swim, especially when the shark's out. This a dog-eat-dog world, they'll kill you before you let your bark out.
This episode of Enjoying Entrepreneurship featuring Genya Evans, CEO and founder of the Pen2Pad agency, is about a woman that is very phenomenal. Her name is Genya Evans, and she's here to do and be the best assistant ever. She is here to help you out with your to-do list, the things that you don't have time for, and just helping you manage your lifestyles to achieve the goals that are in front of you, more on a short-term basis. So check out this episode of Genya. She is a Jamaican who is from the Atlanta, Georgia area. So definitely check her out, and let's get into this. Genya Evans, and what is the Pen2Pad agency LLC?
Genya is, and it's funny because my family, but to others, my name is Genya. Either way is sufficient for me. I'm an educator, I'm a sociologist, and I'm a public administrator. I'm a first generation graduate with my bachelor's and my master's degree. I culturally define myself as a Jamaican. Most Jamaicans would know that. I'm half Jamaican, half American, born and raised in Atlanta. I'm someone's younger sister. I'm an aunt. I'm a cousin to the next rising generation. The Pen2Pad agency, it provides assistant services to local businesses and upcoming entrepreneurs currently in Atlanta, Georgia. We basically service all things you don't have time for, and I like to say managing lifestyles. Done.
So how was your life growing up?
I grew up in a non-traditional family. My mother passed of ovarian cancer when I was 6 years old. My grandmother raised myself and my three older siblings. I basically got my work ethic from my grandmother. She worked 2 jobs until I was in high school, provided for us. And she used to wake us up Saturday morning, early. You're up before 12 all the time. She's very seasonal. She likes to be in her garden and raking leaves. So every season we were out there helping out. Her house was absolutely spotless, so you make sure you clean after yourself. And then once I became of age, she kind of molded me into like a very independent and responsible young adult. So I started working very early, started taking on a lot of responsibilities, such as buying my own school clothes or whatever I needed or I wanted. I had a job now, so I had to take care of it. So I believe I got both my work ethic from my grandmother, definitely. She was very firm, and I was her helper. I was tech savvy. I helped with any technical difficulties she may have. I put up everything. I was just like the helper pretty much. So that was my growing up.
Okay, so I especially know you know how to cook. So if you was around your grandma, I know you know how to cook real, real good. So what was your dream job growing up?
And it's funny, I actually can't remember fantasizing about a dream job. I was one of those students that was just well-rounded. I could do pretty much any subject if I applied myself enough. So I really didn't have a dream job that I was like, oh, that's what I want to be when I grow up.
Initially went to college. What was your degree plan set for?
This is another funny thing. In high school, we used to get, I'm not even sure if they're still doing now, but we got college vouchers. We could just apply to school, and I didn't even know that I was going to even get into school. School wasn't pretty much my first option. I didn't want to go to college. It's something mandatory in our family. You had to go to college. So I went to Benedict College, actually, my freshman year in South Carolina, and I got a scholarship to go there. So I just like, okay, maybe this is a sign. Like, we just go to school. Then I ended up transferring to Savannah State and majoring in sociology.
Okay, so how did you become an educator, and what do you like about being an educator?
I believe I've always been an educator. Once I got my first job, I got it at the Social Security Administration in Atlanta. That was my very first job. Like, who would have thought? 16, 17-year-old working in corporate. After they kind of closed that program down, I got so many recognitions from a lot of the older people within the building, and I was recommended to work at Cameo Production Studios with Miss Camille Gilmore. So I did that for actually 5 years. It's a dance studio. She has a after-school program, and I was basically her assistant. That's where I feel like it started, right there. I did that for about a good 5 years, and after that, any job that I really applied for was really in youth development, after-school programs, summer camps, YMCAs, boys and girls clubs. I could never get a regular job after that. I enjoyed working with kids to the fullest. And then I started working as a substitute teacher, going to different charter schools, STEM charter schools, technology charter schools, environmental charter schools. So I got to do something different every single day with a group of kids with so much energy. And no matter what type of day I had or what kind of morning I had that day, once you step into those school doors, they don't care about none of that. They're just ready to have fun and learn. And I just love the energy that kids bring. I learned so much from them. They learn so much from me. I'm able to build relationships. I can substitute for a third grade class, and the next day I can sub for a fifth grade class, and the whole third grade, the whole third grade knows my name. So I just love the environment that kids bring, and I just want to pour into them.
Wow, that's crazy. It's like you became an adult at a young age, especially with working in corporate America, and then it's like everything fell into place for you with the people who God put in your life, as far as I don't know if you would call them mentors or you would just call them your boss, but the people you actually worked with and for, they actually help you to become the person that you are now. So how was the Pen2Pad agency created?
The name actually came from basically that break in between figuring out if I wanted to go back to school, what I wanted to do. At that time, I was juggling 3 jobs and was constantly jotting down everything I needed to do, with whether it was household things I needed to take care of, bills, my day-to-day, what job I had to go to, what schedule I had to put in, So I was always writing something down or forgetting to do something. I would wash clothes and have paper in my pocket because I was writing something down I put in my pocket. So I was like, I'm going to name it Pen2Pad because that's all I do. And to this day, I have to have something to write with, and that's just how I grew up. My family, my grandma never drove, so we took the bus until I got my driver's license, and I just always had to have something in my hand. I had to read a book or write something down. I just always had to write something down, so I named it Pen2Pad. I basically think an assistant is just a well-rounded individual, someone that's seasoned, have their own little tricks and trades, experiences, and that willingness to just learn different personalities, learn different jobs or tasks that comes their way, being fearless because you're pretty much the face of someone else's company. Like you have to have a different demeanor about yourself. You have to have great composure and not, be drawn under pressure. I actually love being under pressure. I think I did my best work in college under pressure. So I like it. I like criticism. I like people telling me, I don't like it this way, do it this way, because now I have different ways that I can complete a task, or I have a different way to handle a difficult person, or I have the knowledge to give feedback that can help someone else that may not even know, the situation at hand. And I love to learn. So just a well-rounded person that's willing to do, I don't want to say what you ask, but what you need, like assistance.
And another thing is you're able to understand many people in a way where you're being vulnerable, and the fact that you can say, okay, I am allowing you to tell me how you want things done, and I'm going to learn how to do things is very selfless, and it shows that you're able to do whatever you need to do to get the job done. So that's a really good thing, and I think that the fact that you have a sociology degree, that definitely, I know that plays a great part in with helping you understand the clients that you actually work with. So while building your business, did everyone support your vision? Explain that to me.
Of course, no one really understands what's going on in your own little, your mentality or the place you are in life. So family-wise, and then I had so many jobs. One year I found 8 W-2s, so they could tell you how many jobs I kind of bounced around. And most people would think that, that's not a good report on your resume. You went to this job and you went to that job, but it comes with understanding your worth, I believe. If no one wants to promote you and you're doing the same thing over and over and over, I wasn't challenged enough. So why would I stay or work for a company that's not challenging me mentally and not trying to see me grow? So my family, they were like, you got another job. One thing about you stay with a job. I'm like, of course, I always have a job, but it's what I want to do. I got to do something that's going to make me get up in the morning and want to go to work. And that has always been my mentality when it comes to working. And it actually toughened me up because now I get to explain how, like you said, how all this all of my experiences and all the jobs that I was able to inquire and do and be able to show my perfection and show what I can do to other people, to other clients. That gives me a better rapport with everyone else because I'm like, oh, yeah, I know Genya. She knows how to work. She's a hard worker. That's how I get my clientele right now. It's just people knowing my character as a person and knowing that I'm going to provide great service.
Yeah, and that's a little bit of how I think about things, especially when it comes to finding your niche and you're at the job until you find you fulfill what you actually needed from that job. And I don't look at it as like, oh, well, you can't have a job for so long, or this and this and this. At my graduation, our valedictorian, she gave a speech, and she was basically saying, when you graduate from high school, like, now is the time to bounce around and find what you want to find from this job and that job, and go where you want to go and do what you feel the need and the desire to do, because if you don't, you'll never know if that is actually what you should be doing in your life. And it's like the fear of the unknown. So especially like, it's just like, okay, when you're little and you have a cookie jar in the kitchen and you're like, okay, well, I wonder if mama, grandma, auntie, or somebody know how many cookies really in that jar. And older people are like, oh, I got eyes in the back of my head, so I know. So if you go steal a cookie, will they really know? Or will you really feel your craving of wanting that cookie? You will never know until you actually try it. So, I mean, it might land you a butt whooping, but at least you know that you're gonna fulfill that desire to actually get that cookie. So that's how I see it when it comes to a job and moving from job to job. It's not a bad thing unless you actually not doing good on the job. So I'm glad that you have that mindset, and you know that you didn't deserve to be in a position where you weren't being, they weren't seeing your worth and actually like giving you the challenges that you needed, because you can't stay stagnant in one job, because that's how things fall off and you get replaced and jobs get closed and positions get closed and a whole bunch of stuff happens. So with that being said, what are some specific tasks that you do that you help other entrepreneurs or companies with?
Well, at the Pen2Pad agency, we specialize in all things you don't have time for, and that's exactly what I mean. Anything you don't have time for, that to-do list, you just keep pushing in the back, and you're jumping right to your priorities and forgetting those little things. I'm here to do those little things. I broke down my categories into administrative and customer service, where I'm organizing meetings or appointments, booking, traveling appointments, organizing events, reminding the manager about certain tasks or deadlines, typing reports, managing database or implementing things. And then we have our reoccurring assistants. And this is just for those people that, don't want to really commit to something monthly or on a weekly basis. I just want you to go pick up this package and drop it off at my house. Or, every Tuesday I'm going to need you to be here and help me out organizing my closet for spring cleaning or something. So reoccurring assistance for those that just want those quick tasks to be done, pick up to drop off, any tutorial sessions for children, corporate lunches, drop off, decorating for a birthday party, those things. Then we have our marketing. I get this a lot, actually, social media or, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. You just want to build your business a little more. You may have a large project that you want to implement, or a pop-up shop, or, just need some assistant hands-on, getting stuff organized and delegating those things. Our marketing assistant will help do that. And then we have our personal assistant, where we just help those people day to day. These are people with multiple businesses that just really need someone to oversee certain aspects of their business, or something personal like home, actually getting in your business. So if you don't want no one in your business, that's what personal assistant means, that you're going to be, if I have to wake up in the middle of the night to answer a phone call, then we're going to be in each other's business. We're going to be glue. I'll be your right hand, things of that nature. So for those people that just need that, I just need you here. I don't need you on this day. I just need you here every day. Personal assistance would be for you. And then it can range from creating applications or documents, all things you don't have time for, all those things, whatever you need.
And wow, that's a lot of things that you have to offer for people. It's not like you limit yourself, like you said. So what has been your motivation? Has there been any books, or what keeps you motivated, shall I say? Any books, podcasts, scriptures, people?
I'm really doing it for my upcoming generations. I don't want my nieces or nephews or, any of the kids that I've taught while being an educator to think that their first job has to be McDonald's or Chick-fil-A. They can actually do these tasks themselves. They can pick up a package and drop it off. They can create a monthly schedule for you. They can answer emails, So definitely reaching out to my generation, my upcoming generation, and let them know that you can be a jack of all trades. You can do whatever you could be around like-minded people that's going to push you, show your potential. And then I love that book. Those have been my Bible whenever I need some self-motivation, because that's something that you have to build a rapport with yourself. And I've learned that over time, just that self-help, just something that's just reminding you of where you are, balancing yourself out. My mind is always running 1,000 miles a minute, and sometimes I can't fall asleep. And then with college, my sleeping patterns are so off, but whenever I need like a chill moment, I like to listen to the sound of rain. So I just pull up YouTube and play it for, just to give me a woo sigh. And my family, definitely, because I have to show entrepreneurship wasn't shown in my family. So to be able to display that to my nieces and my nephews and my cousin, or even my sisters or aunt, to step out on faith and do something that's not normal or something that you haven't seen before, that it's okay. So I'm doing it for them as well.
So with your business, who have you worked with so far?
So I would like to first start off where I felt the first time I actually felt like an assistant was at Cameo Production Studios in Decatur with Miss Camille Gilmore. We have such a great relationship. We had one. She taught me so much. And I think she was actually one of my toughest clients. She was very picky. She was very particular about how she do certain things, and she gave limited direction. She'll tell me one day she wanted me to put something up or hang something on the wall or something like that, and I was asking her, how would you like me to do it? Is there a particular way? She was like, make it rain. I was like, what? And I can never forget that, because she gave me creative control to just get it done. So that's why I really felt like, this is where, this is some assistant stuff. Like, I was doing all kinds of things, but I enjoyed being in her energy, in her space. And then we have Oven Treats by Chelsea Johnson. It's in Morrow, Georgia. It's a cupcakery. She also does cakes, candy apples. But as far as her assistance, I help her out with some of her events that she has. Like, she has Mommy and Mimosas events or birthday events. She may want me to open or lock her facility. So we have Oven Treats there. And then we have DJ A-Star. She's an international DJ. She has her own soccer program I help with. We're actually in season 2 of our soccer program. U4, U6, and Youth 8. She also has an embroidery business, DJ Ace Made It, where she pretty much, if you look on my page on Instagram, she did my shirts on my embroidery on my Pen2Pad collar shirts. And then I also work with DJ Franchise. He has an amazing entertainment business by the name of Premier Entertainment Atlanta. They do the light and mirror photo booths. They do wedding venues, lighting, DJ. They do pretty much everything. Any type of event. They've done Funk Fest. They do different corporate events, maybe for Coca-Cola, things like that. So DJ franchise. And then I also work with Miss Erica. We were at a formal type of relationship, so I don't call her by her last name. I call her Miss Erica. She has her own photography company, Egypt's Eyes, and then she also owns a few nightclubs here in Atlanta. And I helped her out with her towing company. So those are just some of the few of the clients that we have so far at the Pen2Pad agency, or I previously worked for.
Wow, your list is not limited with your clients with your clientele, and you have a variety. It's not just one industry; it is multiple industries. Well, yeah, multiple industries, and everybody doesn't do the same thing. So, like you said, it's something different every day, and that really, I can tell, is working different parts of your brain, because these people don't have the same type of tasks they're asking you to do. So, speaking of your mind, and it's Mental Health Awareness Month, how has Pen2Pad helped others keep a healthy mental?
And we know this as entrepreneurs firsthand, that you can really get in your head. You can be overwhelmed with all the things that you know you have to do, or stuff you need to do for your business or to help it grow, or maybe in a tough spot you're trying to get yourself out of. And it can really, to have someone there that could just help you and take that load off. That's the most fulfilling part for me, is the fact they're like, hey, thank you, Genya. Like, I don't know what I was going to do. Like, you just came in the clutch. Like, you really just helped me out. Just knowing that someone is there to help. Like, there's people out here that don't mind doing those little tasks that you just don't have time for. You know, people that are willing to be a servant to others. You know, you just have time for other things. You want to set your priorities under priorities and let leave the little stuff to the little people. I don't mind being the little person, because those little tasks is what created those big tasks. If I didn't do the little stuff, you wouldn't be able to maneuver as well into the big priorities, because those little things are like the biggest giant. So you need that. You need that bridge of a gap to help you out. And I think we bring that at the Pen2Pad agency. Okay.
I hear it a lot that people say, oh, Jamaicans, they have a lot of jobs, and you were the true definition, like really showing that you were Jamaican at a young age, working 3 jobs. Wow. It was one point in time, and I think I want to say 19 or 20, and I was working 5 jobs. I lied to you not. I worked 5 jobs, and I didn't have a car. So that, I definitely know how you feel, taking public transportation, having to go to from one job to another, and trying to find yourself and trying to build up a rapport with people so that you can build the career that you want to have for yourself, and that God has planned for you. So that is really cool that you actually saw at a young age that what you didn't know was going to turn into entrepreneurship. So what's your perspective on the word assistant? I know that we've been throwing this word around, and I know that the layman terms of what everybody thinks when you say the word assistant and what pops in their head. So let's see what an actual assistant has to say for themselves.
It took me about 3 years to really get motivated about going back to school. I got my motivation from my friend Chastity. She went to Catholic University, and she was telling me all about her master's program. And I ended up applying to the very school that she went to, and now it's transferred into Purdue Global University. I knew that sociology was such a broad subject that I knew that I had to specialize in something. So that break in between school helped me realize what I actually wanted to specialize in, and it was public administration.
Let's take a break and hear a message from our sponsors.
Just to reintroduce myself, my name is Genya Evans. I am the owner and CEO of the Pen2Pad agency. The Pen2Pad agency is a service that provides assistance to local businesses and upcoming entrepreneurs currently located in the Atlanta area. We service all things you don't have time for. We manage lifestyles. Follow us on Instagram at Pen2Pad, P-E-N-T-W-O-P-A-D. Email us for a free consultation for services at pen2pad@gmail.com, P-E-N-T-W-O-P-A-D@gmail.com.
Let's get back to the show. Yeah, and I can understand that, because being an entrepreneur is not the easiest thing on the planet. I feel like a lot of people really underestimate the toll that entrepreneurship brings on some people, especially if you're doing it by yourself and you don't have a team behind you, and it's like you're trying to do multiple roles at one time, and you're short on money. You're trying to do things where you're doing it so it's the most cost-effective way, where you're teaching yourself how to do graphic design, you're teaching yourself how to be the accountant and everything. So I really know, and especially from being an entrepreneur myself, I wanted to say we appreciate people like you who are selfless enough to say, hey, I want to help you guys out, because this is something that I know you can't take on by yourself. And until you can either get someone in this role, or this might be a long-term position that I hold, I definitely want to be there for you, because I know it's not the easiest thing in the world. So with you being an entrepreneur and you taking on this role to help others, what is your self-care routine that helps you find work-life balance?
I feel like I know myself enough to know when I'm doing too much, or if I'm feeling overwhelmed, or there's a shift. I can feel my shifts. Like, you know how you just feel like something's about to change, or something's about to open up, or, you know, maybe you're just having, I don't know if you call it superstition, but, you know, I can feel my shifts. I can feel when people are just not right, or, you know, I need to leave this situation, or, you know, I'm constantly, you know, struggling with the same issue or the same problem, and I have to change that. So some things that I do, I'll fast. Like, I don't watch TV like that at all, like the typical or normal person. I'm just too busy to just sit down and watch TV, but I'll fast. Maybe it's, you know, I need to cut down on some candy, you know, or drink water more, or just focus on something else. So I'll do a fast. My meditation music, of course, because I'm always thinking about things, you know, worrying about other things. So whenever I need like a chill pill for my brain going about a minute, I listen to the sound of rain. Like, I love that. I love rainy days, period. And then we travel, just being somewhere that's not home. You know, anywhere that's not home, where all the drama is, or, you know, all the paperwork, or all the lists, or the to-do list that you have to do, and just take some time for self. So those are some things that I do.
Well, I'm glad that you have a self-care routine in place, because I know that when you don't have one, or you don't stick to it, and you might not even know what a self-care routine is, a lot of people can really just feel like, oh my God, like overwhelmed, and other things will be caused, like especially like anxiety or might have panic attacks or anything like dealing with stress, and you might begin to have migraines, all kind of stuff that we don't even need in our life. So kudos to you with having that in place as a precaution and preventative measure to not becoming burnt out or really stressed enough where you can't take it. So tell us about any upcoming projects or events that the Pen2Pad agency has going on.
So I created my basic package, and it starts at $55. And we can customize whether it's administrative or customer service tasks, maybe some recurring assistance that you may have, marketing. So that's just our basic package. And you can also receive $5 off if you follow us on Instagram at Pen2Pad, Pen2Pad. So that's our basic package. It starts at $55. And then since I'm an educator and an advocate for you to, I have a special promo for my teachers because I know how stressful the beginning of the year is and how stressful the end of the year is. Most schools, you have to break your entire class down and stack chairs and tables and take down everything off the wall, basically a spring cleaning. So I help teachers clean their rooms. Maybe they need to file some stuff or refile it back into boxes, making copies, grading lesson plans. And these are all things that I do already. So these are something I just want to give back to our teachers. It's $25 an hour. We're going to have different contracts for different schools in Atlanta. You refer a teacher and you refer your school, you get $5 off your service. So I would love to help out all my educators and teachers. That's daycare, middle, high school, elementary, maybe a YMCA or the Boys and Girls Club, any type of educational facility that is in need of help. This promo is definitely for you. And then I'm starting a summer program. So if you know any junior, senior high school students or any college students that would like to either earn money or receive a scholarship towards the end of the program, just send them my way. The requirements, they have to have a 500-word essay, just why they feel they need to, they would like to be a part of the Pen2Pad agency and be an assistant to others and a servant. And definitely a letter of recommendation. I think that's something I'm really going to look forward to because you may not know yourself as well at that age, but someone else may see a different shine in you, a different light. So that letter of recommendation is definitely important. And all submission will go to pen2pad@gmail.com, PENTWOPAD. 500-word essay and a letter of recommendation. And I want to put them to work. I want to see my young people helping out, being servants to others while earning funds or a monetary scholarship. And the parents will definitely be responsible for that. I don't think at that age, especially for the program that I'm trying to do, they can use that money for buying their first car. They can use that money for book vouchers for school. They don't have to buy sneakers with it or, you know, the fresh new outfit. I want the parents to be able to make that decision of how they would like to get their earnings from the program. And they'll be helping our local businesses and entrepreneurs with these day-to-day assistant tasks that we talked about.
Okay, I see you got a lot going on, and we'll definitely be sharing this information with the peacemakers time and time again or throughout the summer because that is a valuable program that they can be a part of, and especially for the teachers, I know that this isn't going to air during Teacher Appreciation Week, but I definitely will extend Teacher Appreciation Week for when your episode is going to drop, and even after, hopefully, teachers take advantage of the opportunity that you have to be of assistance to them. So where do you see yourself in your business in the next 5 years?
The next 5 years, I want to be owning and operating at least my first location for the Pen2Pad agency. I really want it to be like a recreational training center for young adults, ranging in the high school to college era. I think it's very important to have a facility for them to go to for leisure and for academic support, or peace of mind, or just somewhere they can be productive, and not just be at home, or just a facility for those young adults and help them figure out what type of career path they want to do. What do I really want to do after high school, and while I'm in college, what else could I be doing, so definitely housing our young adults and owning and operating my first location, definitely within the next 5 years. Done.
Okay. So how does being an assistant to others bring you a peace of mind? It
started at an early age. I had to help my grandmother. That was mandatory. It was no excuse around that. I could never tell her no, I wasn't going to do something. I pretty much owe her everything. So whatever she asked me to do, I did it, with no questions asked. And I like to learn. I'm a sponge to knowledge. I want to be the best. I think everyone should have that mentality. And I don't have a problem with criticism. I think that's what's molded me as a person, as an adult. I like the fact that, people are appreciative of my service. Like, that means a lot. Because, it's people out there that actually wouldn't mind doing the things that you just don't want to do. And nothing is permanent. All of our clients have the ability to end their contract at any time. I don't want it to be something where I just have to stay. I want my clients to grow. I want them to not have to use my assistance and be able to build their company to Fortune 500 companies. This is just a stepping stone, and most upcoming entrepreneurs or local business owners, I want to be in that beginning stage, because the reward after that is beyond, like, to be a part, something that was so small at the beginning, and look how big it is. Like, that's the ultimate goal for me, is just to see, network with people and, pour into my youth, and pour into myself, and pour into others. And I think that's what it's all about. Yeah.
Yes, I definitely think that is it. It would bring me a peace of mind if I was an assistant to someone. So I definitely can see why you're so at peace with what you do. So let's have some fun. Yay! So question number 1 is, what's your favorite movie and why?
I am a sap. I love Dear John. I'm such a sap for, like, love movies and, mushy stuff. Loving basketball. The top favorite, I think, on everyone's list is Friday. So I have a little humor, a little sap, and I'm not with the scary movies at all. Done.
So you're actually like the I want to say the opposite of me. I like comedy, but also like indie movies. So like stuff about lifestyle, or kind of like a documentary type movie. So I can't be crying all the time. Like, I used to hate watching Lifetime movies growing up, especially because majority of them were sad, and even with, like, the old 90s movies that, like, all of us, like, grow up on, like, the black 90s movies about love, and especially, like, love and basketball and stuff. I cannot watch those over and over again because I like some excitement. I like to know what's going to happen, and I just can't see myself watching something sad over and over again, except for, I lied, the Boy in the Striped Pajamas. That's the only sad movie that I can watch over and over again. I don't know why. So, question number 2, what is your favorite way to travel? Plane, train, bus, car, etc. Why?
I actually like to drive. It's peaceful, and most of the time, I don't have the radio on. And I want to blame my Aunt Drika for that because we used to ride in her car all the time with, we just chat, we just had conversation. We just talked about everything. So the radio was never on. So definitely driving. I love the scenery of it all and just listening to the wind blow. Like, that's everything. I'd rather drive. Definitely.
Oh my God, you sound like my friend, one of my best friends. She drives with no music on, and at first when I first met her, and I got in her car, I thought her radio was broke, and I'm like, every time I got in the car, I'm like, why she doesn't play like music? And I think it was like maybe a couple of months after I met her, she was like, oh, yeah, I don't drive with the radio on. Like, even if we're going down the street or something, she does not put the radio on. And I'm like, that's so weird. And she always says, I just told her recently, the other day, that somebody would think she's a serial killer because she rides in silence. And she says that it's just it's peaceful to her too. The only thing that she listens to is sermons and podcasts. So when she does listen to this episode, she is gonna crack up laughing because she's like, it's so weird, one, hearing your voice on a podcast, and then 2, the fact that I'm telling people that she rides in silence is gonna be so funny. So, what are 3 random fun facts about you?
See, when I was thinking about that question, I was like, I don't even know. I'm very Atlanta, and I know most people from, other states or, around the world. I have a very deep accent that I've been trying to control, but it comes out, and when it comes out, it is out. So most of my clients will see that part of me once we kind of, break the ice. But I'm unique. My facial expressions are everything. Y'all should really see my facial expressions right now. I think that's one of the things that most people react to. You don't hold nothing back facially. Yeah, I kind of have to show you how it feels because you can't really say stuff out loud sometimes. You just got to give them a look. And I use that at school too, with the kids. They know if I give them that look to sit on down, put your teacher voice on. Another fun fact, I think I said it at the beginning. My family pronounces my name Genya, but to the world it's Genya. I think that's really cool. And I like to, flip and flop because most people are not going to remember Genya, but most people remember Genya because of how it's spelled. Another fun fact. This is a tricky, this was kind of hard for me out of all of the, the questions. I can wiggle my ears. I don't know how many people can actually do that. I learned in elementary from one of my PE coaches, and And I have a nice sized ear too, so I used to get picked on back in the day. But once I learned how to do it and nobody else could do it, I thought I was pretty cool. So, good.
Oh my God! See, that's funny because you were learning how to wiggle your ears in elementary school, and then this one guy who I went to Catholic school, so in Catholic school you're in the same class with everyone until you graduate, unless somebody leaves. But for 9 times out of 10, you're in the same class with every single person that you came in the school with. And so this one boy, Joshua's song, taught me how to flip my eyelids out so I can pull down on my bottom lid and pull up on the top lid and like push my eyelid out, and you can see my eyelids facing at you. And it's so funny because people are like, your eyeballs get stuck like that. But I really don't know who can do that either. So I guess we're in the boat with being able to do something that a lot of people can't do. So would you rather be without Wi-Fi or cable for a year?
Definitely cable. I really don't watch TV. I don't even have one in my room. No TV. I don't have time for TV, but when I do, I'll watch it all day. But I have to be off and nothing to do. But I can really go without cable. Definitely. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's the same with me too. I have a TV in my room, but it collects dust. In my mind, I think my room is like an IKEA setup. It's just there for show and not really to perform what it's supposed to perform. But every now and then, I'll watch the TV. So yeah, I don't think I would be able to live without Wi-Fi. So, what's something that you cannot live without?
And I think, we were put together. Definitely we connected because my peace of mind, like, give me all that. That is mine. I worked so hard to keep my sanity, to be in my own little special place, my own little special bubble. And, you attract the people. You attract people. So I would have to say my peace of mind and knowing when to let go, knowing when to, I'm outgrowing it, or, just having that peace of mind to know.
Yes. Besides Chick-fil-A, I think I would have to split the number one spot between Chick-fil-A and my peace of mind as well, because it's hard to give up Chick-fil-A because I can't go without it, but peace of mind definitely is up there. So I think on my top list, it would have to be 0, 0.5, and then 0.5, and then 1. So, yeah, I will have to make some leeway in between there to definitely have a little half and half of what I needed to be at my number one spot. So if you had to choose one song to be your theme song for yourself, what song would it be?
I told y'all I'm from Atlanta, so I have a little ratchet in me, and this is like my ultimate favorite song. And some of the words apply and some don't. And for my listeners with, virgin ears, I apologize, but it has to be Savage by Future. That is my ultimate theme song. It just, I don't know, the beat does something to me, and he speaks a lot of stuff that I can kind of relate to and some stuff that I can't, but the whole song goes in for me. I love it. If I need a pick-me-up or let them know who I am, what I'm about, what type of business I bring, I'm a savage. I think that I bring it. I am the go-getter. I'm the go-to. I am the girl. I am it. I just feel that song just make me feel myself. So If you have PG ears, I definitely think you should get the clean version. But, for my other people, they know what I'm talking about. Like, that is my song. Done.
Wow, I was cracking up over here because I would have never thought that it was your song. And the fact that I think I'm a buy that ringtone from Apple the Apple iTunes store and put that as a ringtone just because I really don't have music ringtones for anybody else, but I think that's gonna be your ringtone. I think if it was back in the day and I had to choose a ringtone, you know how you used to record the ringtone for somebody, that would have definitely been yours because I would have had to let them know that was your song. So, since that's your number one song and that's your theme song, what's your number one thing on your bucket list?
My number one thing on my bucket list is to definitely give back to Jamaica. Without that, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have my parents. I wouldn't have my grandparents. So I definitely would have to give back. And my brother, my oldest brother is actually there. So I don't get to see him as much. And if I have something special there, I can always see him. And that's something very tender to my heart because it will possibly, what I'm thinking about is a rehabilitation center because, most people don't talk about those different trials in your life, but I think that what makes you grow as a person. With our upbringing, my mother passed at an early age for all of us. He kind of had a tougher lifestyle than I did, and life took a toll of him, and got addicted to a lot of different drugs and got in a lot of trouble here in the States, and he had to go back. So for his consequences, that's what it is. But, battling, and we're talking about mental health, that's one of the things on my bucket list when I get some real coins and, the money really start coming in, things are good. I'm definitely going to give back to Jamaica, definitely. Okay.
Okay, well, that definitely is something that is very achievable, and I want to reach out to all of my peacemakers that are listening. If you are an entrepreneur or you know some people down in Jamaica that can make this happen, some investors, hit your girl Genya up so that we can get this popping. We can fulfill her number one bucket list dream. And we can get the ball rolling because that is something that can help every single person. And especially we all know someone or either know someone who knows someone who knows someone who has been in a predicament where they have went through addiction, whether it is to drugs or it's alcohol. And we know that we can find a way to help each other, especially by helping Genya put this together. So I know I have a lot of listeners, so let's make something happen. At least if you're not going to contribute information, send some prayers up for your girl because all the prayers will definitely put everything into place and we can get the ball rolling. So with that being said, let them know how they can contact you, Miss Evans.
All right, y'all. It's Genya Evans, the CEO and owner of the Pen2Pad agency. You can follow us on IG. That's Instagram at Pen2Pad, PENTWOPAD. You can hit up my Instagram at G the Assistant. That's the letter G, THE, Assistant. We're also, you can contact me at 678-886-4594 for your free consultation. All of our clients receive free consultation. I want to know what you need help with, what are the things you just don't have time for, and we can customize your package to fit your need. Keep on the lookout for one of our junior, seniors, or college students to be helping you with these tasks because that is what we're doing it for. We're doing it for the culture. All right, this is G the Assistant, the CEO and owner of the Pen2Pad agency, and you're listening to Peace of Mind with the Soul Koach.
Hey, you guys, I just want to let you know, thank you for listening to my episode, and you can keep up with us on Instagram at your_peace of mind, me on my personal page at the Soul Koach, Coach with a K, and we're on Twitter at Keep Smiling POM. We're on YouTube at Peace of Mind with TSK. You can email me at yourpeaceofmind2016@gmail.com. Let me see what else we got. You can find this episode located on Apple Music, Google Play, Spotify, everywhere, YouTube on our channel, because we do drop it on there. And yeah, be sure to rate, review, give this episode a hand clap, give it a thumbs up, 5 stars, everything. Let us know what you want to hear, what episode, what features you want to hear on episodes, and let's keep it going. So peacemakers, thank you for keeping this going, and hashtag keep smiling.
The podcast you just heard was made using Anchor. Ever thought about making your own podcast? Anchor makes it really easy for anyone to get started. It's a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing podcasts. Best of all, it's 100% free. Sign up now at anchor.fm/new. That's anchor.fm/new to get started.